Nope, not getting copyright struck today.
Engage.
Hey guys, it's Cerulean Jake bringing to you Fire Emblem Engage, my new project. So, I have been wanting to do a Fire Emblem game for a long time. It is a very big passion of mine, and I thought, why not do a game that instantly shot its way up onto my favorites list. I don't know I'd call it my absolute favorite, but definitely a huge fan. Now, I don't know if you could all tell, but I am a guy, so we'll go with that. Alir is the usual name here. I want to go with that. I can use my own name, it's fine. Go Jake, and boom, there we go. Yes. My birthday? I don't think I've ever said that on air, so I don't know. Let's go with not today. Yeah, let's go with today. I'm recording this on January 27th. We'll go for hard mode. And then, okay. Personally, I think it's perfectly fine to select between either one of these. I don't necessarily plan on letting anyone die, but I guess we'll go casual just to make sure the project goes along smoothly. This is the part I was more concerned about. I definitely want to go fixed growths because I have a few characters I would really like to use and show off some cool builds. And if you don't know, when you level up in most Fire Emblem games, you gain a random assortment of stats depending on what character you're using. I'll go more into depth on that later. Fixed makes it to where the character grows at a set pace, and we're going to be doing that. And yeah, we'll be connected to online. That's fine. There's actually some cool stuff with online features, so.
Almost time.
We can handle this.
Keep them back!
We won't lose! Not today!
Keep going! You can do this! Our final battle lies ahead. Now, it's time to engage. Let's go. One last battle and the war will be over.
That's right. This is the final episode of Fire Emblem Engage. We are at the end. It was a long Let's Play, hard fought. I really enjoyed this one. I really want to thank you all for watching.
The others fought hard to clear a path for us. We can't let them down.
It's a crap joke anyway. Just
You're here.
Play the
at
text.
Your end. This place will be your tomb.
Alright, so, basic flow of Fire Emblem.
Move in. I'll remain by your side.
Exactly that. We're gonna move our unit. But first, options, like with any game. There's a lot of options that will make things a lot more fun. We're going to move the game speed to fast, and we're not going to do action skip. I am going to put a little bit of grid visibility because I like that. There is one thing that did I miss it already? Hold on. Where is it? Oh, unit control style. Cursor, thank you. They changed it to where you can move your character, like you'll see them walking around. That is unlike Fire Emblem, and I like having it normal where when you are selecting where to move, it just puts an arrow there. That's how I prefer it. So yes, similar to a sort of chess-style game, you're going to have these squares on the field that you can maneuver to. Each unit has a set amount of movement. So we are going to move our unit 4 spaces forward here, and we are going to wait them there.
You have no hope of defeating me, not even with your emblem.
So now that we ended our turn and we have no more available units, it's going to switch over to the enemy phase, and they will be able to move. That's how this game is handled. It goes player phase, you move all of your units, and enemy phase, they can move however many units they choose to move. So, since we are in range of an enemy, we are enabled to initiate an attack. So, you walk up to them, so long as they are within your range of attack, you can initiate. And when you do, it'll bring up this little screen here showing you how much damage you'll do to them. Pretty nice here. It shows the little arrows to show you the exact order of who will attack first and then who will follow up and with how much damage. Much nicer than past Fire Emblem games. Definitely gives you a lot more information that you don't have to just figure out on your own. Not looking so great for us, but, you know, it's all we can do, so may as well.
To die here was ever your destiny. The rings are mine.
Not a great amount of damage. We didn't exactly want to take that much, but it may or may not be scripted, so I think we'll be fine. Seems like we built up a little bit of a meter here.
Engage!
So it's time to engage. Something brand new to Fire Emblem Engage, believe it or not.
I'll never yield.
This is a mechanic that offers great strength. So let's do it.
The time has come. Now, as one. Emblem, engage! We are now connected and can unleash a powerful attack. Together!
Couldn't have said it better myself. So, when you are engaged, you combine your strength with whatever you are pairing up with. We'll get more into depth with what that is later. But for now, I'd like to explain that when you do engage, every single different kind of engage that you can do will have its own unique attack. In this case, we have the Lodestar Rush, which we can use a sword and we will unleash a flurry of attacks to, as you can see by the prediction down there, absolutely annihilate our opponent. Also, when we are engaged, we can use the weapons of our, I guess, engagee. I don't really want to spoil what exactly it is we're using here, but point is, we can use the falchion now, and hell yeah, we're gonna use the falchion. It wouldn't make a difference, but let's do it.
My prayers are with you.
Foolish. celebrate. You are weakness itself. You will never defeat me.
And we have one. Me and somebody else are the MVPs.
Thanks to you, this world is saved, and my work here is complete. Know that I will always be with you, and that we will stand together again, as we did this day. If ever we cross paths again, I hope you will remember me. Indeed, that you will remember all of us who took up arms to fight by your side. The 12 Emblems.
Emblems, eh? That's something that's in the title. I'm gonna have to cut that out. That's alright, though. Don't want to spoil anything.
Where am I?
Huh?
Whoa. Tell me you're seeing this. Hello there. And you are?
You're awake!
Huh?
You're really awake, yeah?
You're the Divine Dragon!
No way!
No way! The Divine Dragon is finally awake! Hey, hold on.
Calm down, you two. What's all of this ruckus about? Divine Dragon. It's a miracle. An utter miracle. The Divine One awake at long last. That I might live to see you standing before me. What an honor.
Not to be rude, but who are you?
Ah, apologies. I lost myself for a moment there. My name is Vander. I am the 32nd Steward of the Dragon.
Hello, Sir Vander?
Oh, my Divine One! There is no need to address me as such. Simply Vander will do.
See? I told you the Divine Dragon was awake!
Yeah, we were telling the truth.
You two. I don't believe I got your names.
Oh, sorry. We were so excited we forgot to introduce ourselves. We're the 33rd Stewards of the Dragon. My name's
Izuku
Clem.
Midoriya.
Pleased to meet you.
Sorry.
And I'm Fram. We're twins. We've been waiting forever for you to wake up.
As Stewards of the Dragon, our mission is to protect and provide for you. Generation after generation of our predecessors waited for you to rise from your slumber. I'll admit, I am astonished to see it has finally happened. You see, 1,000 years have passed since the first steward took their post.
1,000 years? That's how long I've been asleep?
Indeed. Your mother, Lumera, the Divine Dragon Monarch, has long awaited this day. Finally, you, a Divine Dragon yourself, have awakened. This surely signifies great things.
Slow down. This monarch you mentioned, she's my mother?
And I'm a Divine Dragon, you called it?
Oh, dear. Is your memory hazy, Divine One?
I know my name, but that's about it.
Yeah, we needed a convenient
remember
plot
anything
device.
Maybe you're just feeling groggy because of all that sleep.
But I don't even know who I am.
Fret not. Such lapses in memory are to be expected after sleeping for so long. If I may, you are a Divine Dragon, a member of a royal family of dragons revered as deities. Queen Lumera, the Divine Dragon Monarch, rules over the holy land of Lethos. In the war 1,000 years ago, she defeated and imprisoned the wicked Fell Dragon. You, Divine One, are her only child.
The war. The Fell Dragon. I feel like I can almost remember, but...
Please, do not trouble yourself trying to bring it all back at once. Your memories will return in time. You are a being of immense power. A deity, no less. I have heard many a tale of your kindness, nobility, and bravery. Your unflinching heroism.
That's a lot to live up to.
For now, let us head to Lethos Castle. Queen Lumera will be thrilled to see you. Perhaps the reunion will help stir your memories.
I hope so.
Okay then. Onward and downward.
To Lethos Castle!
So normally I'll be talking through cutscenes like that as needed. More animated cutscenes, I'm going to try to shut my mouth. Which is going to be pretty heavy in the early game here. But I've been trying to keep quiet because we're establishing the plot here.
You have, yes. The place where you slumbered is known as the Somniel, a fortress built upon an airborne island to ensure your safety. It is perhaps the most secure place in all of Helios. Only a select few can set foot there.
I see. And you three live there with me.
Yep. As stewards, we spend our time caring for you. And managing things around the Somniel. It's a sacred place, so we work as hard as we can to keep it shipshape.
Royal family members visit us all the time. Well, visit you, really. The Prince and Princess of Firene, a deeply religious country, visit especially often.
They pray next to you, like this. Then they just talk for a while, like they're chatting to a friend.
I see. Thanks for filling me in, Fram. You too, Clan.
The Divine One said our names! And thanked us!
I think I'm going to faint! Unless I already did. Am I dreaming?
Need I remind
I
you that
suddenly
you are in
wish
the
I didn't
presence
meet
of
these
the
people.
Divine Dragon? How many times must I tell you to behave in a manner befitting your station? Divine One, please, forgive this embarrassing breach of decorum.
Breach of decorum? I'm actually enjoying their enthusiasm.
You're just as kind-hearted as I always imagined.
Oh, look! There it is!
Lethos Castle. The Divine Dragon Monarch is there, you said?
Yes. I suppose 1,000 years have passed since you've been home.
Don't worry. We'll be right there with you.
You can hold my hand if you like.
Thank you. How long have I been wearing this ring? Since before I fell asleep? That blue stone. It reminds me of something.
Those came out of nowhere.
What are those horrible things?
Vander, are creatures like that common around here?
They're not. I've never seen them. Nor have I heard of such monsters appearing in Lethos before. This is a land of peace.
Understood. Well,
Shall we fight them? As you wish, Divine One. You whose bravery knows no equal.
no, let's run.
Huh?
We haven't the slightest idea who they are, and we don't know how they came to be here. Also, they worry me for some reason. So, we run.
Well, did the Divine Dragon really command me to retreat?
Okay, get to safety.
We'll keep them distracted for you!
What the? Come back! Come back this instant!
Oh no!
This isn't looking good.
Clan! Fram!
Hold on! We shall come to you!
Oh, they really screwed the pooch on that one. So, looks like we're gonna get our first taste of combat with multiple
Stay
units.
back. It's too dangerous.
Clan and Fram were trying to protect me. I have to help them. I take back what I said. This is no time to run. Please, let me fight.
All right, but stay on your guard.
I will.
Yeah, you didn't see us. We beat this weird lizard guy. He was super strong and we beat him. Didn't you see that?
What are these
definitely wasn't a
creatures
dream.
doing in Lethos? We had best use the foliage to take cover.
Yes, yes, Vander. I know about terrain effects, and I'm about to explain it.
I'll do my best.
Turns out we're not as strong as we had hoped. As you can see, we don't have a fancy sword, we have an iron one instead, which, for those of you that are wondering, are not quite the lowest form, but may as well be the most basic form of a weapon that we could possibly have. And all our stats are significantly lower. So maybe we ought to take advantage of the terrain, which will give us an extra 30 avoid, as you can see in the top left there, and initiate on this person who doesn't have the terrain bonus. So there we go. We were able to attack him, and we got away without getting hit. Something else to note is that Alir here, or Jake, I suppose, myself, we have the advantage. So, if you didn't know, Fire Emblem works in a weapon triangle system. I have a sword, he has an axe. I have the advantage. I don't know the exact math on that for this game. Usually it is plus 15 hit and minus 15 hit for the person at disadvantage. And I believe you also deal 1 extra point of damage if you have advantage, versus 1 point less of damage if you're at disadvantage. I don't know if that's how it works for this game, because they really like to mess with formulas in this game. But, it's whatever. Well, it's not that big of a deal. Just make sure you're paying attention to the weapon triangle. So, Vander here, you'll notice his stats are significantly higher. So you may be tempted to just send him right in. But, instead, I have a suggestion. Let's go ahead and press X here. That way we can go ahead and take an in-depth look at everything down here at the bottom bar. So yes, he has an iron axe, which, different type of weapon, but most basic form. A vulnerary, we can drink that to heal 15 HP. We got our stats, which we can go over some other time. But right here, we have our personal skill. Every single character in the game has a personal skill. It is something that they and only they can have. There's no possible way to give it to anyone else. And Vander's here has Alabaster Duty. If the unit is adjacent to the Divine Dragon, grants crit +5 during combat to both of them. So, instead of running off and, well, trying to do the objective and saving these two, how about we just stand here in the thicket and block Alir from taking all those hits from everybody else.
There are too many of them. Divine One, get out of here!
Oh, looks like Fram is getting beat up a little bit, but it'll be fine. There is something I want to cover really quick in terms of difficulty. So, you may notice that I'm not exactly having a huge problem dealing with these guys. That is entirely because we are in the early game. As time advances, you will notice a significant uptick in the difficulty of this game. I did select hard mode after all.
Fram, are you alright?
Fram, it's not safe for you here. Retreat to the castle.
Anyway, as I was saying,
these enemies are
never mind.
Formidable indeed. Divine One, please use a vulnerary if you are wounded.
I'm not. Thanks for the info. Already covered that. As I was saying, the difficulty is going to spike, and you will notice it. I did select hard mode, so you will see that there might be a little bit of a bind, a little redundant there, a little bit of a bind that I find myself in here and there. But as an experienced Fire Emblem player, I will be able to get through this game with no huge issues. You will have noticed that there was no easy mode. That's because Fire Emblem is not an easy game. Now, admittedly, Engage gives you so many tools that even normal mode could realistically be considered fairly easy. I think a more casual audience will be able to complete this game without too many issues, but don't feel embarrassed to choose normal mode. It's not like the whole Dark Souls thing, or what was it, Duke Nukem, where they make fun of you for choosing the easiest mode. They want you to choose harder game modes. You're not going to be made fun of. Fire Emblem is a difficult game. Pick the difficulty that you are going to enjoy the most. And certainly, if it is your first time playing the game, do yourself a favor. Don't select the highest difficulty. You will not be successful, and you will not have fun. Anyhow, let's continue. So we're going to go ahead and finish this guy off. We got a kill. We'll gain some EXP. And then let's go ahead and let Vander finish off this guy right here. This is going to stop him from getting to Alear, which isn't a big deal. We actually could have taken him on, but I just wanted to show off what I think is the better play.
You rotten monsters, don't scare me.
Alright, well, you didn't do much better than Fram there, buddy. Now this guy's gonna go down. They're gonna continue to run. Now, I wanted to mention something about Vander. You'll notice that he sort of just took on two at once and came away completely unscathed. And as a matter of fact, when they did hit him, they dealt no damage. If your defense exceeds the amount of damage that the opponent would do, it's not a minimum of 1 damage. No, they legitimately can do no damage. Traditionally, we call that a plink in the Fire Emblem system. That does not mean that Vander is completely OP busted and you're never going to need to use anybody else. Vander in the Fire Emblem series is what we like to refer to as a Jagen. If you don't know, in the original Fire Emblem, there was a character named Jagen, who was the experienced knight that followed Marth around and helped him get out of sticky situations. Every single Fire Emblem game since that has had some form of a Jagen that follows the main character around and helps them get through tight spots. Vander is that. Well, why does that change anything? Why not just continue to use him through the whole game? For the most part, this isn't true of all of them, but for the most part, your Jagen is meant to be strong early, but cannot grow very fast, and when they do grow, their stats don't rise very high. Their bases are good, their growths are bad. So, Jagens fall off really fast. So, while I do encourage you to use your Jagen early, maybe don't spam him. Go ahead and invest in some of your other characters. As a matter of fact, as time has gone on, Fire Emblem has done a better job of making your main character very worth investing into. Alear is one such example of, we'll call it, New Age Fire Emblem busted lords. Not doing so hot there, clan. Oh, and looks like they're dead.
More enemies.
They just keep coming. You're all trying to protect me. I should be protecting you. If only I could. Somehow. Huh? You must remember. Who said that? The ring. Know that my strength can be yours. I know that voice. If ever we cross paths again, I hope you will remember me. Indeed, that you will remember all of us who took up arms to fight by your side. The 12 emblems.
Divine One? Divine One! You mustn't do this alone!
Don't worry! Please! I'm not alone! Help me. Lend me your strength in this fight. Shine on! Emblem of Beginnings! I am known as Marth. Emblem Marth, to be clear.
Speaking of Marth,
That was amazing!
We did it! Thanks for your help, Marth. Truly. Of course. It is good to see you. I was able to answer your call because you remembered me.
Do my eyes deceive me? Or is that an emblem of legend?
Clan! Bram! Get to safety, now!
Right!
all right. Now that the losers
With your
are
help,
off the
Marth,
field,
we might just make it. Will you join us?
indeed we can just make
Of
it.
course. I will fight alongside you from here forward. Your ally until the very end.
So yeah, I mentioned that Marth was from a previous game. That is indeed true. And in fact, he mentioned 12 emblem rings. I don't think it's much of a spoiler, as we have seen it in the prologue of this game, but there's going to be more of those, and they're basically projections of heroes from games past. So this right here is going to describe how Emblem Marth works, and I will be getting more into depth of how every emblem works as we come across them. But for now, I want to put that off just in favor of covering basic game mechanics. And what you should know is that when you have an emblem ring equipped, you are significantly stronger than any unit that doesn't. So, all of those skills in the bottom right corner, originally you saw that we only had one, which I actually forgot to cover. Good old Divine Dragon's skill here. Divinely Inspiring, adjacent allies deal 3 damage and take 1 less. An extra 3 damage, rather. That is his personal skill, so your main character will always have that. Now down here, we have our emblem skills. So, Perceptive, if the unit initiates combat, it grants a void during combat, and a void increases with high speed. We always have that so long as we have the ring equipped, which automatically makes us so much stronger. And then these other two, we've already seen what Lodestar Rush does. We'll get access to those if we were to engage with our ring here. Which, since we're gonna wrap this up pretty quick, may as well.
Lend me your strength.
No need for a Lodestar Rush. Now you may have noticed that we have a bit of a different weapon here. We have the, I've always struggled with this one, Rapier? I usually like going with Rapier, but I think it's Rapier. Just letting you know that I'll probably be mispronouncing it because that's how I've always said it. So the Rapier here is a bit of a... It's stronger than our Iron Sword, but it's a relatively weak weapon. It's meant for speed, and it's effective against cavalry and armored. Again, something we'll go over later. Well, it's the strongest weapon we got, so we may as well use it. Perhaps someday we'll unlock the Falchion and we can use that again.
This is it!
Got some bonus attacks thanks to our engage there.
I live to fight again.
And honestly, Vander, sit back and enjoy the show. on the last one, so may as well end it with a bang. Let's Lodestar Rush.
Fate has brought us here.
Yep, he's done for.
I live to fight again.
So we got a bond level up. Basically, when you level up your bond with a ring, you'll have access to more skills and better stats with that ring. You're definitely going to want to keep that in mind as you move along through the game. But for now, just level up what you got. We have completed the stage. Hey, I don't have to cover up spoilers this time.
Divine One. Vander. Thanks for saving us.
Yeah. And, sorry. This all happened because we ran ahead.
I'm the one who should apologize. You put yourselves in danger trying to protect me. It's such a relief you're both safe now.
Nope, can't
Divine
identify
One,
with this
I hear
character.
more enemies approaching.
I'd be saying, yeah, what the hell? I told you to retreat, and you just ran right in.
More? I thought we'd gotten them all.
Evidently not. These creatures, will there be no end to them?
There's more? And they've got a dragon?
Oh, see, it was actually chapter 1 was the end of the Let's Play. So anyway, it was nice having you guys. Oh, okay, we're all right.
At last, you are awake. Is it really you?
Yes, it's me. Thank you for saving us.
What a joy it is to see you.
Huh?
I've waited for so long.
Oh,
When I sensed you had awoken, I flew here as fast as my wings would carry me. I hope you're not hurt.
I'm fine.
What a relief. You cannot understand how I've missed you, my dear child.
Oh, you're my mother.
What's the matter? Don't tell me.
What a thing to
Since
say to your own
awakening,
mom.
The Divine One's memory is clouded.
I see.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you weren't expecting this.
No, I must apologize. I was so overcome with joy. I hugged you as hard as I could. I take this to mean you've forgotten everything. I suppose it's to be expected. 1,000 years is a very long time.
Vander explained that I've been sleeping since some war that happened back then.
Yes, you suffered a terrible wound. And because of that,
A wound? I don't remember that. Or this world, or anything.
don't fret, young one. I will speak to you of all you've forgotten, regardless of what you remember. I'm simply glad to have you back, my dear child.
Still, this isn't the reunion you hoped for.
Oh, don't worry about me. It's solace enough just to hear that sweet voice of yours, and to gaze once more into your eyes. What lovely colors they are.
Okay. Thanks. So, after every battle, you're going to be allowed to explore around, see what there is to see. This time around, there's not a whole lot to see, but what we do have, we got some nuts. You can run around, you can pick up some various materials that you'll be able to use for a few things later on. And I don't believe that this is an example. Yeah, actually it is, we just can't actually reach it. You can also pick up animals and keep them. But, again, that's something for a later time. One last thing I'll mention is you can talk to each individual person and they will have their own thing to say. If they have blue text, then they have something related to the story that they want to say. And if they have white text, then it's just a generic quote relevant to the character. I'm going to be skipping all of that because that is a huge time sink, and in a Let's Play, I feel like it just doesn't go well. Let's move on.
Let's head to the castle. Climb on my back. We live on the continent of Elios, 4 realms surrounding a holy land at its center. Firene, kingdom of abundance. Brodia, kingdom of might. Elusia, kingdom of knowledge. Solm, queendom of freedom. The land of Lithos, home of divine dragons. And Gradlon, domain of the fell dragon, fallen to ruin. 1,000 years ago, our lands endured a vicious war with the fell dragon. We called upon heroes from other worlds to aid us, heroes known as Emblems. With them, the warriors of our nations fought as one. In the end, we were victorious in defeating and imprisoning the fell dragon. In the years since, our world has been safe. But now, I sense a resurrection. The binding weakens. If his shadow stretches across the land again, then we must fight him anew, as we did in ages past. Fell Dragon, Sombron, must be stopped.
Title card. That's how you know you've officially started the game. And if I remember correctly, this should be... Oh, we're run straight into Chapter 2. So, I was hoping to get a save screen there, but no, we're going into Chapter 2. I wanted to divide this up and do Prologue and Chapter 1 together, and Chapter 2 in its separate video. Little unprofessional how I'm ending this video off on the Switch screen, but I didn't know what else to do, man. It's fine. Just don't worry about it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to end this off here. I do want to mention one last thing before we move along. We did just get the breakdown of pretty much what's going on here in this world and how everything is laid out, and as well as the 12 emblems. We did get a little bit of a spoiler. We got to see pretty much what all of them were there. Even so, since my channel appeals to just Nintendo fans as a whole, rather than dedicated Fire Emblem fans, I am going to avoid talking about the emblems that we'll be getting later down the line. Instead of mentioning them by name, I might make vague references to them, but that's it. I would like to handle this by talking about them as they come. So, with that in mind, in the next episode, I think it was called Queen Lumera? Whatever the case, Chapter 2. See you then.